Booyah.
All right. What's up, guys? Happy Friday, and welcome to Titan Lifestyle with me and Big Dru.
That's right, guys. It's Friday, Titan Lifestyle. I'm Drew, brother from another mother, John.
Yes, sir.
It's Titan Lifestyle. We're here every week at 2 p.m. If you guys haven't watched us before, you can tune in every week, 2 p.m. Also, check out the podcast. We usually talk about current events. We talk about therapy of the week, events we have coming up, and, I like to get your questions and answers too, so
Absolutely.
It's good to interact with you guys, figure out what's good with you guys.
Happy Friday, everybody out there. Todd, David, Dark, what's going on? Antonio, Living, V, Chopper, No Factory, Ride for Free, what's going on? Kevin, how you doing? Wannabe Ward, Harbor 7643, Jeff Philman, Lexi, what's going on? Lexi, mate, how you doing? Hope all is well with you guys. I hope you guys are having a great Friday, and I hope you guys are going to have a great weekend. Got 128 on TikTok. That's crazy. Instagram's going crazy. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you guys. Now, listen, if you guys want to, you guys can buy a badge on Instagram that shows the algorithm that, hey, listen, we got these things back. These guys are putting out good information. We like what's going on. I really appreciate it, and you might even win something at the end of it. You never know. But we've got a great show for you guys planned out. So let's get the first topic out of the way. And if you guys have any questions about what we do or how we can do it, we'll definitely help you out. What should I eat L-citrulline with? What should I eat L-citrulline with? Well, you can take or eat with anything with L-citrulline.
Yeah.
L-citrulline is an amino acid. It's a vasodilator. It's good for blood flow. It's going to help a pump. We have that with Hercules Potion.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hercules Potion has that in it with other stuff, too.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're looking to add something to it, grab some Hercules Potion, one shot, you get everything in there with the L-citrulline in there, too. So.
Yeah, because you're going to want to put some more stuff with L-citrulline. If you put arginine, especially injectable arginine with L-citrulline that we have in Hercules Potion, it's going to be a massive pump, massive blood flow, light you up like a Christmas tree if you're already vascular. It's going to have some great benefits, too, all the way around, blood going down the extremities, maybe for that bedroom game, popping that up a little bit, and a lot more, man. So L-citrulline is a great one, and like I said, you can mix this with a whole bunch of different things, but Hercules Potion has already mixed for you guys if you guys want to do that injection and be ready to rock and roll. Speaking of, we're going to get in the Titan Trifecta. So that is the therapy of the week. Well, it's really 3 therapies because it's a Titan Trifecta package. So ECA Stack Plus, Hercules Potion, and Titan Complete, 3 awesome therapies by themselves, but combined are even better and going to give you way better results all the way through and through. So when we break these things down, we're talking about ECA Stack Plus, ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium.
Oh, yeah.
Great for energy, great for mental clarity, fat burning, obviously, and weight loss, boosts the metabolism naturally, too, as well. And that is a capsule form. Hercules, go ahead.
Also, again, with the ECA, too, you guys hear ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin. If you hear the caffeine, you're a stimulant. If you're sensitive to caffeine, we can take that out of there for you. So just let our medical providers know you'd like to try lowest dose caffeine or actually even no caffeine. We could do that as well.
Yep.
So we can customize it to you. So any of the ECA, which is ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, or chromium,
Yep.
we could customize it for you.
Yep. With this, the aspirin too. So if you're allergic to aspirin, right, you can get that taken out too as well. We can customize the capsules pretty much any way, shape, and form we possibly want. So just let us know if there's any issues or problems with some of the ingredients in there. But listen, if you have a low tolerance to stimulants, a lot of people have taken over-the-counter fat burners, and some people have had really bad experiences with that. Whether it made them too jittery, it made their heart feel like it's going to pop out of their chest, very, very anxious, anxiety. Even some people had to go to the ER, right? I know Charisse did before we opened Titan when she was taking these over-the-counter fat burners. So at that point, don't be scared, because this is not that. And we have different dosages for different people, whether they have a low sensitivity to caffeine or stimulants or ephedrine, or a high sensitivity to these things. We can help you out in either way, so don't worry about that, all right?
And if he says we can, like John said, it says we can customize it, that doesn't mean we can add other stuff.
No.
So it's ECA plus, the plus is the B12 and chromium. Yeah. We're not going to add, citrulline or add something else to that. So it's whatever that's in there, we could take stuff out. We're not going to add random stuff. Can you put some Ozempic or something crazy? No, it doesn't work like that. We're not going to put Aries in an ECA capsule.
Right.
But we can take stuff out of it if you need to.
True that. So, just be cautious of that. But listen, there should be no issues or problems, and you guys will get great effects out of this. You can take it every single day. I do, and so many other people do, and it's one of our top therapies. It's a capsule, so people don't have to do an injection. It's very simple and easy. You can bring in your purse, you can bring in your pants, whatever you want. You can take it whenever you want, pretty much, and you're gonna be able to go to sleep at night. As long as you don't take it like at 9 o'clock at night and you want to go to bed at 10, that's not gonna happen. But if you took it like 5, 6 o'clock, you're probably gonna be able to go to bed about 10 o'clock and just be just fine. So ECA Stack Plus is one therapy that's involved in the Titan Trifecta. The next one, Hercules Potion. And we talked a little bit about this just recently. We talked about L-citrulline. But it has so many other great ingredients in it that make it stand alone one hell of a therapy. We're talking about glutamine, arginine, ornithine, lysine, L-citrulline, proline, taurine, NAC, and L-carnitine. So 9 different ingredients and help you 9 different ways. From fast recovery. We're talking about blood flow and vasodilation, the pump factor, lysine, great for the immune system, ornithine, an anti-fatigue amino acid to let you do more strenuous activity, whatever it is. Whether it's climbing stairs, or you're rock climbing, or you're in the gym working out, or you're running marathons, or you're paddleboarding, or whatever the hell you want to do activity-wise that's strenuous, whether it's even sex in the bedroom, you can probably go a little bit longer there.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone with Hercules Potion. Go
That's
to the
what
gym,
I'm talking about.
Come back, and just like John said, you can have a little fun in the bedroom,
about.
too. One thing I realized with Hercules is when I take it, those are the days that I have not so much stimulant energy, but just like physical energy. I can go more reps, more sets. I'm in a better mood. So it's always the times where I don't take Hercules where I realize like I'm off today. Yeah. So you could definitely tell the difference. Not so much like a jittery caffeine stimulant difference, but the pump in your muscles, the sets, and it's almost, there's nothing really specific for mental focus with Hercules Potion, like an oxytocin or something like that. But just for some reason that keeps me zoned in.
Oh yeah.
Even if I don't take any stimulants, without even ECA, if I take Hercules by itself, I still notice that where I could just go and go, which is everything when you're working out.
Absolutely.
Your mental is everything when you're working out. If you're not in it mentally, if you're not into mentally, it's hard to get in, tap in.
It is, man. Mind-muscle connection, pump factor, all these different things, contractions. Wild one, we'll talk about glutathione here in 1 second. So, we left off on ornithine. So proline, great for lubrication of joints, lubrication, immune function. So we talked about that with the lysine, and then you have NAC that's in there that's great for liver functions too as well. After that, you're going to have taurine, which is great for brain function and muscle cramps, and then you have L-carnitine that's great for blood flow, muscle building, and a number of other different things. That's 2 of the therapies that are in this package. The third one, Titan Complete, MIC, B complex, B12, your 3 and only 3 branched chain amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine, and then we have L-carnitine again. So this is going to be great for everything from boosting metabolism naturally, processing fats to the liver faster with the MIC. B complex is great for nervous system, hair, skin, nails, a number of other different things that are in with B complex. B12 is great for energy, everybody knows that. And then we have the branched chain amino acids, which are going to be great for not going into a catabolic effect as far as, if you're going to a calorie deficit and then building those tissues back. That's going to help along with that. And we were talking about L-carnitine. Is this an IM shot? So these are IM shots done with insulin needles. So baby insulin needles, usually a 1/2 inch, 30 gauge, so very small as far as the bevel and not too deep as far as what you're going to be sticking yourself. Really, really great. And like I said, you can take all 3 of these together same day, where you're taking Titan Complete in the morning, along with the ECA Stack Plus capsule, and then Hercules Potion before your strenuous activity, probably 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah,
it's pretty much my typical morning routine before the gym, those same 3 right there.
Absolutely.
But we keep saying 3 trifecta. It's not really a trifecta, it's like a dozen factor.
Oh, God.
Because if you put the amount of ingredients that are in all 3 things, the Hercules, it's almost like a dozen things. So you guys hear, I'm getting 3 things. You're getting 3 bottles, but you're getting like a lot of different stuff. So if you look at each individual ingredient on there, tally it up, and you'll see that you're getting a lot for the Titan Trifecta.
Yeah, just Hercules Potion alone, you got 9 right there, right? ECA Stack Plus, you're talking about 5. So we got 14 right there. And then Titan Complete, you're talking about mix, so it's 3, B complex is 5, 8,
you're almost
9,
at 20 almost.
10, 11, 12, 13 there. Alone in that. So you're talking about quite a bit, like almost 27 different ingredients or different things that you're going to be intaking. The only one that overlaps, because that's the other question, Titan Complete, Hercules Potion is the exact same. No, the only thing that overlaps in Titan Complete and Hercules Potion is L-carnitine. That's it.
But that's a good overlap too.
Of
That's
course.
something that if you want a little bit more, it's always good to have a little bit more. So
Absolutely.
it's not a stimulant. It's not going to damage you. It's not
No.
like, oh, if I take more carnitine, it'd be like taking more vitamin C or something like that. It's actually healthy for you. So
And if your body can't use it, it loses it. It excretes it out. It's not staying in there like vitamin D or vitamin E, which are both oil-based vitamins. And vitamin D is a hormone anyway, but it's still called vitamin D. All right, so Titan Trifecta, very simple and easy to get a hold of too as well. So if you want to become a patient, it's real easy, especially for this. There's no blood work needed for the Titan Trifecta or these therapies. So all you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. It's very simple and easy. Go over to titanmedicalcenter.com, go to the new patient paperwork, fill it out. We'll get it automatically, call you up, get you scheduled for your medical consultation. After that consultation, we'll let you go as far as with the Titan Trifecta, and maybe some of our other therapies that our medical provider will go over with you. Just depends on what your family history is, health history is, and what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. Very simple and easy stuff. If you have any questions, concerns, call or text us, 727-389-3220. And guys, we do everything from hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, libido enhancers, peptide therapies like healing peptides, weight loss peptides, and sexual peptides, blood work, libido enhancers, everything nationwide as far as service. The only state we don't do is Idaho. I know we had some comments about that last time. So Idaho is out, so just so you know. Mama Bear came over to me and said, don't you tell anybody about going to workaround. Don't do a workaround. All right. So there it is. Can you prescribe TRT? Absolutely. So we do hormone replacement therapy, TRT. All you got to do is call or text us, 727-389-3220, and we'll hook you up. What does high blood count do to your body? So are you talking about like red blood cell count? Because, usually you run a complete blood cell count on somebody, right? And when a complete blood cell count comes back, if somebody's on an androgen of some sort, it might come back where the red blood cell count's high, hemoglobin, hematocrit are both high. And if that is all high, you definitely want to get that down. You want to get a phlebotomy or, go do a donation. And at that point, have them take blood out of you. You got to get blood taken out of you. Some people say, well, I'll just take some aspirin. It'll thin out my blood. You got to get rid of the plasma. It's not just thinning the blood out in this case. So make sure you do it, because if this is high, right? If this is high, can cause a number of different things, from DVTs, strokes, blood clots, and things that you don't want to deal with, because you'll have to be on other medication. It'll be very serious. So don't do that. Now, red blood cell count can be high by itself in a number of different aspects. This can be caused by sleep apnea. This can be caused, in a number of different ways. So at that point, like, if it's just red blood cell count, kind of look at it, but it is always good to do a donation. Is it safe to take HTP-5 by itself, 100 milligrams? So 5-HTP is something that people can take. Now 100 milligrams, might be a little high, I guess. It's not too bad, I guess. And this is something you can get over the counter, right? Now, I wouldn't recommend taking a whole bunch of it, like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 milligrams, but I think 100 milligrams is going to be right. I'm not a medical provider, so I'm not going to recommend this, right? But usually, somebody is able to take 100 milligrams and not have any negative side effects. But you should check with a medical provider, but if it's over the counter, usually it's pretty safe where you can take the recommended dosage on the bottle. Also, too,
I'd also say, like, what are you taking it for? A lot of times people take stuff because they hear other people taking it, or they're kind of misdiagnosing. Like, they may take a certain medication because it lowers blood pressure, even that's not what it's intended for. So what are you using the HTP 5-HTP for?
Yeah, because there's different things out there where I know people use 5-HTP for, right? And some are after partying and stuff like that, they want to get their brain right, and that's where they take it. It can have a number of different effects with different people. So just let me know. Yeah, like you said, let us know what you're taking it for. How much is the Titan Trifecta? So I believe the Titan Trifecta, and I think it's like $490 or something like that. I should probably know that price, but it's definitely discounted. I think it's
for about 25 things.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is call, but I believe it's around $490 for the full complete package. I made the price. I just can't remember what it is right now. I'll have to ask exactly what it is. But we usually give a super discount on it. So just call or text us, all right? Ryan, what's going on? Jim, how you doing? Raheem, what's up? All right. Any other questions? Sujeris Torres, what's going on? I hope all is well. All right, so let's get into the first topic, because we got some crazy little topics. Yeah. And, man, I just didn't know. There were so many topics I got to pick from. But I was like, man, these are pretty good. But there's a lot more we can talk about.
Yeah, this is like endless topics.
A lot more.
And they're crazy ones, too, like offset ones.
For real.
First one is white Florida quarterback loses scholarship for using the N-word on social media. Now, when you guys hear this, you're probably like, oh, he's a jerk. He said the N-word. Or who's this guy? We're going to cancel him. But it's not really that, everything's canceled. They can't do anything without being canceled now. But when I looked into it, basically the kid, all he did was he was in his car making a video for social media with a song playing in the background. He was literally just rapping along with the song. Mm-hmm. The song had the N-word in it. He said it. He's a white guy. It's kind of like, oh, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. And then now he's literally losing his scholarship to Florida. And this guy was I think he was a 4-star quarterback.
Division One
full scholarship to a major University of Florida. And now he's losing all that just because he rapped along with the song and said the word. Now, I keep saying this over and over again. Everything you say is being recorded. Yeah. Everything you do is being watched, video. Like, not only that, this kid was by himself in his car and just made a video for Twitter. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, he was just by himself. I don't think, I don't know the kid at all, but I'm not assuming like, oh, he's racist, this and that.
Yeah.
I don't really, for guys to play sports and be racist nowadays and be open about it, it'd be kind of crazy. If you're playing on the team and you got half the team is black, half the team is white, and you got one, I really don't know the kid, but I don't really assume or think that he'd be racist.
Yeah,
he's probably just just rapping along to his friends.
Right.
And then there's this whole thing in the black community where it's like you can't say that word if you're white and this and that, or certain people have a pass if they grew up this way or that way, or if they're a rapper or whatever.
Yeah,
if Eminem can be one of the greatest rappers of all time and get away with not saying it,
I agree.
Then you don't really have to say it. But then again, Eminem's not really rapping along with other people's songs saying that. So when I look at one of the best ever to do it, Eminem, he's never said that. But it just sucks that this kid is like literally losing like thousands and thousands of dollars. And not only that, his character now. People thought he was a great kid. Now all of a sudden they're putting he's racist because he said that on him, so that might linger with him forever now too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so now it's just like wherever he goes, it's gonna be crazy. What I would love to see, and this is just my crazy way of thinking, I would love to see this kid to go to like Jackson State and play for Deion Sanders at an HBCU school. After saying this, if he could do that, and the HBCU, a historically black college, gives him a full scholarship, knowing that he said that, I feel like that would be like, okay, this kid's not he's not racist. He was just singing the song, and it would kind of like build his character back up, and it'd be a good look. It'd be like, it'd be good. The kid's that good. If the kid's that good to play at Florida, he could play at any HBCU school.
Yeah, it's true.
Because none of those schools are on the level of, a 1A as opposed to 1AA.
No, hell no.
But it sucks, man. Marcus Stokes, high school kid, no money.
Yeah, listen. It sucks, and especially these days, because even before, right? So full ride scholarship to a Division I school like University of Florida is going to cost you probably 4 years, 150,000 probably. You know what I'm saying? All in. So that's gone off the table. The next thing, like when we were in college and stuff like that, like you couldn't get paid when you were playing for the team. Now you're getting paid for your likeness. Now you have endorsement deals you can start signing. You can start making millions of dollars in college, especially if you're a starter and you're doing good. Oh, even the video games. Yeah. You're like in college video games, they ain't like Madden, because Madden they have the player's name on the back. In college, you usually don't have the name on the back of your uniforms. But now, just because their numbers on there, you're getting paid for the games. Yeah. So it sucks that this guy had to go through this and deal with this. Now, here's a hard lesson he learned, and hopefully it'll teach a lot of the younger guys. Don't put everything on social media.
Yeah.
That's your problem, right? You want to do dumb shit, don't put it on social media. Don't be around your friends doing dumb shit when they have their phone pointed at you, because that'll turn into, oh man, me and this dude ain't cool no more. I'm going to blast this shit out to everybody else.
Yeah, people now are looking for that, especially celebrities. You'll see people walking up to a celebrity recording and just taunting the person, trying to get them to hit them or something. Like,
because they're going to get paid.
It's like a bait.
They're going to get paid, man. And it might not happen now. It might happen, 10 years, you're in the NFL and you're the GOAT, and then they're like, oh, I got this video from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I mean, we could have
Digging
a whole other
dirt.
story on that. Jerry Jones. We seen a photo.
That's one
That'll
right
be next
there.
week's topic.
That's right.
Make sure you guys tune in next week. We're gonna give you a little insight.
Yeah, because that was crazy. I mean, I see LeBron what he said. This, for example, my son's the exact same way, and I just learned something with him this weekend when we were gone over Thanksgiving. My son's 13 years old. He's bigger for his age, but at this point, I guess when you start becoming a teen, you're around your boys or whatever, you might cuss or curse, but you don't do it in front of your family. You don't do it in front of adults. Right? That's how we were raised. Else you're getting hit in the back of the head or smacked across the face. So he said some of these things. I didn't even catch it. I put it on video. I put it on my story, and his uncle told me, "Hey, look, you already said." And I had to go back to the video that I posted. I'm like, man, I was like, I'm gonna kill you. I was like, you made me look real bad about this, and I didn't even notice it because of what was going on. But the other thing was like he's getting scouted by some of these big baseball factories and stuff like that, and they're like, hey, make sure you on social media, don't you dare post anything stupid. Yeah. If you're gonna post anything on social media, we want to see it first, and then you post it out. And he didn't have social media at this point. I didn't let him get on there because there's a certain level of maturity I think that you need to be on social media. Yeah, you do because
especially when you're an athlete like that, man. Have a lot of you're like a little mini celebrity within.
Like right at the young age, and I don't want to come back on me either. Yeah. Right? I mean that's another thing, right? So it's a crazy thing, but it's something that we have to watch out for. I remember when social media first started, everybody was like, "Oh, it's on Facebook. That's a joke." Yeah. Now I was like, "That's life." Yeah, that's life right there.
Look at Kanye. He's getting.
Oh,
I mean, he can't say anything. He's banned on Twitter again. So.
Oh. All right, so let's get on the next one. Liver King responds to leaked emails over steroid allegations. So, if you don't know who Liver King is, he's a guy that pushed a holistic approach to living. Once his son got sick, at that point, like the doctors really couldn't explain to him why. That changed him to want to change his life, change his diet, and change how his family was living. So he's been more of the outdoors type guy, wants to, get with the earth. He eats an all carnivore diet. He hunts for his food, supposedly. He works out. He obviously has a great looking physique. Okay. And that's great. And that's everything. That's fine. Now, the biggest thing is that there was an email supposedly leaked by More Plates and More Dates, which is Derek. And he's got a pretty strong YouTube channel. But at this point, him and a coach were talking, and supposedly they have a steroid cycle. Now, he's been before where he's never said anything about doing steroids. He's no. But now, obviously, it's come to surface that he has. And there's been an update to this today. I know he put a video out.
Yeah, I haven't seen a new video.
He started talking about, he did admit to it on the video.
He did?
He did.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
He admitted to it on the video, and but he said, the Winnie was fake, and this was fake, and all this. So his steroid cycle, the list of substances included.
Of course it's fake.
IGF-1, CJC,
MK,
Omnitrope, Deca, Winstrol, Test Sip, and more. Right?
No MK677.
This is just what the list shows.
Oh, that must be the new one. The list I saw had MK677 on there too.
But when we start breaking down some of these compounds, I don't know whoever this coach is. I don't think if he was going to push a steroid cycle on somebody like this, and this guy had enough money to pay for whatever he wanted to per month. I think it was up to like $15,000 or $20,000 a month is what supposedly he was paying for this. Now you look at it, you're talking about IGF-1, right? CJC and Omnitrope. Those three alone. So we talk about IGF-1. Great. CJC is a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide. So that and IGF-1 are kind of in the same similar ballgame. Now we have Omnitrope, which is human growth hormone. Yeah. Straight up.
How much growth hormone do he said?
He was taking 16 5.8 milligram vials of Omnitrope a month. Now what that's going to break out to is almost like 15 IUs a day, or somewhere around there, just depending. And, that's going to do something for you alone. I don't care who you are, what it is. It's going to, when you take real growth hormone, you take that much of it, you're going to get some sort of effect. Now, these three together are kind of fighting for the same things. Yeah. Like, I don't think I would be spending my money on CJC if I have IGF-1 and Omnitrope. I could see maybe taking those two together, but CJC, I just can't see it.
And it seems like he's going two different avenues, too, and he's taking Deca with Winstrol. If you guys aren't familiar with Winstrol, Stanzalo, it's an anabolic steroid. It dries you out a lot. Yeah. It sucks the water out of it, gets you shredded.
Yeah, it's like a hardener,
Yeah, and then Deca it does the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Puts a whole bunch of fluid in the muscle and in the connective tissues and everything like that. So it's like you go in two different avenues. It's kind of, I don't know. I mean, test sip is test sip. Test sip is king. HRT, it's healthy. You know, if your levels are low, test sip is, I mean, that's not even really.
Absolutely.
That's not even considered like not being.
And there has to be more to this list because, I mean, if he's on tests and all this, I mean, he's going to have to take a Nashazole. I heard he was taking insulin, you know, and all these other things. So, I mean,
that's a lot of stuff, man.
Really knows?
How much test was he taking?
On here it only says test sip, but I seen test suspension. I seen another one. Nobody really knows what the deal is. I mean, I don't care who you are, unless you're Liver King or this coach, then you really don't know what the deal is. Now, the leak emails, if it's true, then it's going to show a lot of stuff. But my thing is listen, if you want to live this lifestyle, that's cool. That's fine. Don't push the fake agenda.
Yeah.
It's not holistic, all right? Why don't you say, listen, because he did respond to the comments, and he said, you know, like, it's weird in a way, you know, I'm glad this came about.
Yeah.
So you're happy everybody found out. So why not just push that agenda and say, listen, we're living in a time where men are not masculine anymore. We're going to have all these autoimmune diseases, all these different things that are going around, infertility and all these other problems. I'm going to live my life like this. And look at me, right? And I might take some anabolic steroids or whatever it is, but look at me. This is how you're going to look, right? Yeah. Instead of this is all natural.
Yeah. See, I think if he would have been open, like a lot of people now are open about using anabolic steroids, a lot of these fitness influencers and pro bodybuilders and, you know, people that are all over the fitness social media.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that they're taking stuff now, and everyone just kind of knows, oh yeah, if they're taking or whatever. But once it's known you're taking stuff, it's like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Then they start focusing on what else are you doing to make your body look like that.
Yeah.
So if he would have just been honest and been like, yeah, this is what I'm taking, this is what I'm doing, but I'm being healthy about it, and this is the foods that I eat, then people would just be like, okay, they'd start to realize that this food is what's making his body look that way and not the anabolics.
No, for sure.
But he's just going the complete opposite. Like, I only look this way because I eat raw liver and, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be sick if I ate anything raw with blood on it. I'd be salmonella.
I mean, you know, it includes raw meats such as liver, brains, and testicles. That's what these guys eat.
So, I mean, if you want your test levels up,
eat testicles.
HRT. That's what the zip's for.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, listen, here's the cold hard facts. Even if he took all this stuff, right, it's not going to make him look like that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still got to eat. He's still got to train. Yes, it's going to help. Maybe expedite some different things. He's going to have faster recovery time and all these other great things. But I know guys, right, a ton of guys, regular Joes, and a lot of forums that are taking a lot more than this, or just maybe not the Omnitrope. They can't even afford that growth hormone. But tests and, you know, all these other good stuff, Winstraw, supposedly. You never know what you're going to get if you don't get it from a pharmacy. So let's just put that out there. But taking more of this and look like dog crap. Yeah. They look nothing like the Liver King. And this guy's got a great physique. You know, you can't hate.
Yeah, he's always has the controversy if his abs are implants or not because they don't change. I know that's like a whole nother.
They do look like implants.
But a lot of times, I mean, that's like the biggest thing that they said they look like implants. They don't move. When you go to these expos, you see him standing around. They look exactly the same, whether he flexes them, whether he doesn't flex them. He says they're not implants. So
if he's at Olympia, we're gonna go check because I know what implants look like as far as that goes.
Touch on it.
I want to feel. Hey, no homo, man. I'm like,
you already said it.
I'm gonna poke you a couple times in your stomach. I want to see what's up.
We'll give you a shot of Hercules in those abs and see.
The Liver King used to come to Titan. We'll give him better than his coaches, bro. Yeah. And then you're guaranteed to be secret. Nobody's gonna be able to get your medical information.
Yeah, right. That's crazy how people got his stuff too. But yeah, I think another thing he could do right now is since he's. I mean, everybody knows he was, lying about what he was taking, this and that. What if he really wants to focus on the whole liver diet, ancestral, whatever, just do like a 30 days where you're eating just Americanized processed food. Get your levels checked, show the difference of how the food's damaging your body, and then show the difference of your body changing. And then now, a month or so later, go back to your ancestral diet and you could show people the difference. And look, it's not the anabolics, it's not the stuff I'm taking, it's the diet and training. That'll shift back. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's just going to keep on. And for all I know, he's eating Fruity Pebbles and McDonald's every night when the cameras aren't rolling. Who knows?
You don't know.
He could be.
I mean, And the guy, honestly, at this point, I don't think he cares. I mean, a little bit, but dude, this guy's got over 1 million something followers. He's got money coming through the door like crazy.
He's flying around in a private jet with no shirt on, living an ancestral lifestyle. Ancestral lifestyle, be riding around in a private jet, like, just because you have your shirt off and a beard doesn't mean that you're like...
It's not ancestral.
Ancestral is...
You'd be riding a damn horse.
Yeah, go live in the wild for a month with your wife and kids and barefoot and have to kill your food and all that. Because he's eating all this raw stuff, but he has enough money, he could just order it.
True.
I need high quality raw liver, and
True.
Airship with refrigerated and everything. He could have everything set up, so he just opens it out the styrofoam.
But does he though?
Who knows?
He
where
says
is he getting his
he hunts
food?
for some of it. And
Where?
out in the wild, in his backyard. He's probably got a $2 million house.
After this, now he has to prove everything. Like, he has to show him hunting.
Even if he proves it, it's still going to be a question.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the damaging thing when you're not transparent, you're not honest about things. Nowadays, I don't care. The truth is going to come out.
Yeah.
It might not come out today. It might not come out tomorrow. It's going to come out. There's just too many people around, and especially when you get big. When you get big, my lawyer told me this is the best, and this is how I feel. Every year you get bigger. That target on your back gets bigger, right? And you got more people who are trying to hit that target. They're trying to throw something at it and hit that target. So you're going to have more people coming out of the woodworks, and if you have anything that's not up to standard or you're lying about and they can manipulate that or monetize on it, they're going to do it. It happens every single day. All right. Let's get to the next one. New fake IDs are made so good, they're even fooling the cops.
Yes. It's true.
I've
seen it.
This is crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, I came about this because someone that I know had an ID that was... They were underage. They had an ID, and I'm like, oh, how'd you get an ID? Oh, I just ordered it online. Really?
Yeah.
So then I started looking into it more. I had no idea. Like, this isn't like when me and you were in high school where you take a driver's license and you heat it up with an iron, pull the plastic out, cut off the picture of the yearbook, put it in there, and iron it back.
Oh,
well, you can still see the bump. It's just like it'll pass like quickly.
Yeah.
But now you can go online. There's multiple websites. There's even websites that have the best websites to get the fake IDs. Scannable IDs. They're marketing as scannable IDs.
Scary,
you can go online, go to one of these websites, order the ID. You enter the name that you want on there. You enter the information that you want on there. Everything matches the address. So you basically just enter all the information you want. Pay a fee, wait 3 weeks or whatever. It comes in the mail. They send you 2 copies of everything.
Wow.
And you basically have an ID that now doesn't just look like an ID. It's literally an ID.
Yeah.
Where you could take this to the cop, which they did in the video. I'm not sure if Art could pull it.
I'll find it.
They ordered the ID. As soon as they got the ID, they went over to the police car. They gave it to the cop. They said, scan this ID. The cop scanned the ID, and everything came back legit. Everything that the person typed in to be on there was on there. Wow. So you pick your name, you pick everything, and then for some reason they're getting it to go into the barcode. They have the holograms, they have the embossed, they have everything. They even have like the new thing where if they put it underneath the light, it laser scans and does something. It could even pass that.
Wow.
So basically they're using the same equipment that the DMVs and the government places are issuing these IDs. So they have those machines. So once you have that, what's the next step? There's only one way that they could actually check, and it's like, I forget what the name of it is. It's like a something.gov or something where they could actually look to see if it matches up, but the cops don't even have that. They just have their own system where they scan it, and it has to, you have
to be FBI to have that.
You have to go like above it. So I mean, it's bad now because you have all these people committing these mass shootings, and it could be even like a terrorist type thing. Someone could get IDs made, fly over here illegally, commit all these types of crimes, and then toss the IDs and go back home, and they're a whole other person. They don't even have the way to track it.
That's scary. I mean, listen, you see this stuff in the movies, right? But this is real life.
Yeah.
And it's a felony for like you to be, caught if you're manufacturing these or even having them on you. It's a false document, right? And it's federal. So this is kind of scary. And then scanning it and then popping up in the network, that's a whole different story, whole different ballgame.
If you Google, if you type in fake IDs scan, if you put scan,
I didn't get
you'll see, I mean, it's just fake IDs that scan. There's like literally like a website that'll have like 20 different websites. These are all the ones that will pass scanners. So I mean, even going into a nightclub nowadays, you have to have the guy has a machine that swipe your ID, so that will work there. So it isn't like before where they just, you show the bouncer and he's just like, oh, he looks at it real quick and puts it away. Like it's his decision.
Right.
Now, a lot of these bars and nightclubs, everything has to be scanned. But if they're scanning and it comes back.
Yeah.
I
mean, they're just passing through at that point. They're trying to get through their job and do what it is.
I mean, there's been major shootings in these nightclubs, and the reason why they found the guy is because they scanned his ID coming in. So when they filter through that same night and go through every single person, they could see that. Now think about this: if he used an ID that wasn't even, it was just like made, he could be off whoever.
Sure.
And like it's getting
sure.
bad. Like I want to know what the next step is, where they're actually going to be able to
Wow.
if they take away the physical
black
IDs,
light, ID swipe scan.
Holy crap.
They'll pass the end test, the bend test.
There's so many
bend.
websites.
I didn't even see that.
Wow.
Everything.
Wow.
Yeah, and then this is just the ID ones. There's ones where you can go on there and like for a certain amount you can get passport, ID, bank card, driver's license that will scan. So this isn't just about IDs. Now they have ones where they're driver's license. I have no idea how that happens.
Wow.
Like how am I? Like you basically don't need a driver's license anymore. You just go online and order your license and it comes in.
That's crazy.
You get pulled over, you hand them. They're like, oh yeah, you're all set. Go ahead. Just slow down.
Yeah, good idea. They're probably tracking that right now. Seth Jordan he had a question, and you know what? We might as well throw this in there because it's relevant. He said, "What do you guys think of Redcon owner getting out of jail early?" So, if you guys don't know, I seen it yesterday. So, Aaron Singerman of Redcon 1 has been released from jail today. He was supposed to serve, I think, like 6 or 7 years. He didn't even serve a year, right? Now, when somebody gets out of jail like this early, he's singing like a canary. He flipped on somebody. PJ Braun's in jail. He's got to serve a lot of time still. He ain't getting out. Why is Aaron Singerman getting out? And some people, he's got all this money. Money only does you so much. When you get convicted and all this, then there's only so much you're going to be able to do unless you have an appeal in place or something else comes up. So this is a pretty serious thing with him getting out of jail. He's going to be home for Christmas, Hanukkah, be riding in the boat on New Year's. I know Christian Duquois, he did something on this, some kind of go over what he was. But, dude, he definitely had a snitch on somebody. And Christian had a good point. I watched his video earlier and, the government does great as far as prosecuting. But the way that they really get up and really get a lot of people is informants. And he's right on that. People flip every single day, and you have no idea. And more people flip than ever. Because before it was like, hey, listen, it just wasn't. It was a code, right? You don't flip. Now it's like, hey, I don't care. I'm gonna flip. I don't care if it's a month in jail. People flip on you in a second. So, I think this is pretty crazy.
That's
High Tech
news to me.
Yeah. So High Tech. All right. All right. So when we talk about this, Seth, right? You're saying that I think Jared from High Tech paid for his early release. You can't just say, you know what? I know a guy in prison. I got $20 million. I'm gonna give you like $5 million. Just let him out. It don't happen like that.
Yeah.
It don't happen like that.
Otherwise, people would do that every day.
Dude, I mean, think about this. You have some of the hugest kingpins. They can get out of jail. No, it's not going to happen like that. So there has to be some other reason of why he got out. Now, I don't like to speculate and say he's a rat, but it's pointing to this, right? And I wasn't even going to talk about this today, but since you brought it up, it's a pretty serious thing for him to get out of jail with underneath a year. I mean, this guy,
a lot of times people go to jail. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. After a while, they're like, then they realize what jail entails, and they're there. And then after a while, they're like, you know what,
what do I got to do to get out?
Yeah, who knows? I'm not sure.
Who do I got to roll over? Because you know what, I'll roll over him so I get out. Let me throw him underneath the bus so I can get the hell out of here quicker.
Yeah, next 48 hours, I'm interested to see the videos and the stuff.
They're
what
popping
he's
off
saying
left and right.
I mean, is Redcon going to be at the Olympia this year?
I don't know. Is Boogeyman going to come back? Is Blessing going to run back to Redcon?
Oof.
Redcon was with Blessing with Redcon, then he got ditched, then he went back to Redcon, then he went to
what's crazy?
Muscle
He
Tech.
literally just signed with Muscle Tech like a week ago or something.
Aaron saying he's going to buy him out of the contract, bring Blessing back to Redcon 1.
Yeah. He might be the only thing that could him and Kai are the only ones that really bring attention to Redcon.
The real Hokey Pride said he joined the prison choir and could sing. I mean, Listen, I hate to say that and put that on somebody, but there's gotta be something behind the scenes. I want to hear the explanation because he's gonna have to say something. Yeah. He's gonna have to say something. And I'm not the only one. Christian's not the only one. I've heard multiple people say, and in the bodybuilding community and fitness, and they're online and all that, they're saying that this guy ratted, and that's kind of what it looks like, and that's the only way you get out of jail early. And unless you've cut a hell of a deal or something like that, but usually it's a plea bargain, and usually you've done something to cooperate with the government.
Unless there's like some type of, not glitch, but some type of mix-up on evidence or mix-up
wasn't a mistrial.
Something.
He's convicted. So
yeah.
There's no, like I said, if it was an appeal, you got an appeal. I mean, listen, Christian Ducroix, he's a lawyer. Strength Dad is a lawyer. This is what he does for a living, right? Christian, if you could say on here, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, what are some other possibilities that maybe he could have gotten off, or maybe he could have gotten out, right? That we would see, because if it was a mistrial or something like that, that'd be headline news, right? Like, witness is gone, or we don't have this evidence no more, or anything like that. But the trial's already over. I mean, this is not something that's just sticking around. So I'm anxious to see what it is. What can you do? What can I do for you guys to sponsor me? I get a lot of sponsorship requests. So, I mean, I'm not going to say no, but you'd have to do something that's really, really something astounding for us to really bring out another athlete to sponsor.
Assume we're watching everything you do and every post you post.
Yes.
That would be the first thing I would say.
Yes, and so we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to say sponsoring anybody till after the first of the year, because I got Olympia coming up. I got another thing. I'm more worried about what's going on right then and there, and talk about sponsorship. But after the first year, I might open it up. There's a couple ladies I know I want to talk to, like Lioness and all them, that we're going to do. But we'll see. What about the Liver King issue? We just talked about Liver King. Obviously, it was a thing where, hey, listen, he probably should have been up front and forward and not saying it was a holistic approach, and he's natty. It's okay if you took some anabolic steroids and stuff like that to get like that. So at that point, it's up to him and what he does as far as to turn around his reputation, and if he can turn around his reputation.
Yeah, as soon as this is over, you guys can watch it back again, too. So you can rewind, watch it back. So if you missed the stuff about the Liver King, you can watch it over again or listen to the podcast. You can find everything out we talked about. So
Christian said he cut a deal, so there's no going back. Even if they found new evidence, he forfeited his right to trial for the deal. He's more than likely actively cooperating and maybe even getting paid for it. And that's something that happens.
Getting paid?
Informants get paid.
Yeah, but
they do. Yeah, I'm sure. Probably,
but I just think, he's got so much money that, why would someone, I don't know.
I think Aaron would take the money.
Yeah, that way.
Anybody,
if they offered it up,
anybody would take the money.
If I only made a deal, I'm like, hey, give me some more money.
Yeah, I don't care if it's a penny or $1 million. I'm gonna take free money, but
yeah.
That way he's
I don't know.
got more incentive to keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Winning the deal.
I mean, getting out of jail like that that's incentive enough. Like, you've got your life back at that point.
Yeah.
But
it's more motivation.
What are you going to do? What have you gave up for this? What have you sacrificed, or what's going to come in the future? We will see. Because I'm sure Aaron Singerman knows a lot of people that are doing a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
Whether it's selling steroids, black market, or whoever it is. I mean, if you're in the industry, you know a lot of people. And there's good people and there's bad people, and we kind of know who they are. But at that point, might be giving up information on some of these people. Who knows?
Interested to see what Blessing says about it, because Blessing was real close to Aaron. Aaron helped him out a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what Blessing. If I were Blessing, I'd probably feel like not guilty, but like, man, if I would have waited a little bit longer, then he would have got out and maybe going back to Redcon. But I don't think Blessing ever thought he was going to be getting out this early.
No.
So now it's
nobody did.
Yeah. So now it's like he's probably like, damn,
this is unheard of.
I just signed with Muscle Tech, and then now he's out again. And what if he tries to? And just like what you said, he might try to buy him out. I mean,
yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Kai Green's like the last thing that Redcon has.
Yeah, so lucky. Seth, why didn't he come to Titan Medical Center, Liver King? We said that earlier. He probably should have came to us. At least his emails would have been discreet and not disclosed, and he'd been getting real stuff for sure. I don't know if he would have been getting everything he's asking for on that list, but we would have got him right for sure.
We definitely would have got him on the MK, on the high dose IGF,
CJC, IGF-1.
Everything.
We could have did
HRT. That has SIP he was taking. That would have been in there.
I mean, he he claimed that the wind straw was fake anyway, so he didn't need that, right?
And he wouldn't need the Deca for the joints because he could take other stuff that we have.
BPC 157, TB 500.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be good to go.
Yeah.
NS66 says, hey, I used to use you all. I fell off on my lifting. I need to get back, but haven't lifted in years. What should I do or take to get back at it?
Foot work.
Thank you, Drew. Drew nailed it. He knows what I'm going to say right off the bat, and that is the response to what it should be. If you fell off and you were using us before, I think the best thing to do, get blood work. See what's going on. Let's evaluate, and then listen. If everything's good, hormone-wise, then we have other programs that we can put you in, but we know right away instead of starting off and guessing game. And then we should run blood work, and then you're like 2 or 3 months into it, like, man, I want to get results by now. What am I doing? So I think that's the best thing. And the most common thing and myth, and I'm going to do a video on this too, is that people think that if you take testosterone, you need to be in the gym lifting.
No.
Now, of course, you probably should be active for yourself and doing lifting weights and all that. It's going to get good benefits, but it's for your health to have a normal, healthy testosterone level in everyday living.
Yeah, if you're someone that doesn't work out, has no desire to work out, they don't care about gaining muscle or getting big or getting small or whatever. If you just want to maintain like general health, you could take testosterone. It's not really going to change your body. You're not going to look in the mirror and look like Ronnie Coleman one day because you're doing HRT, especially if you're not working out, especially if you're not pushing the food and the calories and all that stuff. So there's so many more people out there that are taking testosterone for general health than people like me that are bodybuilders.
True that.
There's so many more. You just don't realize it.
No.
You just don't realize it because when you see them, you don't see a big, huge, muscular guy or a girl that looks a certain way, So you don't think that they're taking it.
No.
But there's people walking around every single day taking testosterone, men and women.
Absolutely.
So I mean, yeah.
And Seth said, so talking about Liver King, he honestly wasn't taking that much. That's up. That is something I don't know. Now maybe he might not be taking too much tests, right? But dude, if you're doing 5.8 milligrams of Omnitrope per month, that's a lot.
Yeah,
eight vials is a lot per month.
In one of the articles I saw, it said he was taking 100 milligrams of oxandrolone, which is Anavar, which is a high dose.
Oh, that's super high.
So if you guys hear these doses, that's not that high. I take this. Yeah, because you're getting yours from
half dose,
WilliamsonsAnabolics.com or something crazy. Legit oxandrolone Anavar, 100 milligrams is more than double what you need.
It's way too much.
That's a lot. So I mean, that alone right there will give them.
Well, so Seth, I just talked about this too, right? I'm kind of regurgitating this conversation, but you're saying, for the growth hormone. So that was obviously high. But most of them are peptides. So CJC, IGF, all right, that's cool. And he was taking normal, I would still say decent doses. They weren't like low, but you're taking Omnitrope on top of that, and then listen, I think it's a lot. I don't take anything near something like that. I don't. Like I don't. Drew knows me. He's been around me. I travel with him. I don't take anything that's black market. I don't take any of that shit. And I'm not stacking 10 different things because if you know what you're doing, you don't need to relap over all those different things. Yeah. It does you
if
no
you're
good.
taking 10 different things, 8 of them could be fake.
Most of the stuff probably came from a pharmacy. I don't know. But some of the stuff we know didn't come from a pharmacy. So it is what it is. All right, let's get into the last one. Elon Musk says misunderstanding with Apple is resolved. So if you guys haven't been following along with this saga of Twitter and Elon Musk, I love Elon Musk. I think this dude's awesome. Yeah. From what he's created by himself, with Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Starlink. Dude, Twitter now, this guy's got a lot on his plate, and he's came from pretty much nothing and made himself into this. Smart dude. I think he's pretty fair across the board, even when it comes to Twitter and all these different things. Whether you're political or not political, he kind of sets everybody in their place, which is great. And it puts everybody on a fair ground as far as where they're at. But recently, there's been a lot of people. One, advertisers dropped off Twitter pretty big when Elon came on. Two, now he supposedly was getting almost like threats that Apple was going to take him off of the App Store, Twitter off the App Store. And this is a problem because the only place that you can get apps usually is if you're on Google and Android or you're on Apple. Unless you have a jailbreak phone, let me know what we're talking about, or your developer, which most people aren't. You're going to go have one of these two phones, and you're going to go to your app store, and you're going to go there, and you're going to download it, and that's how you're going to use it. So if they take the app off there, it's going to be a lot harder for somebody to get on there. Well, it's awesome because Elon will respond to people right on Twitter. He talks to them right on Twitter. Hey, listen, this is the problem. I'm not doing this. I mean, first off, he said, if this is true, I'm going to create my own cell phone. I'm going to blow you guys out of the water.
Yeah, have you
so you
seen
got a monopoly on it.
Have you seen the model of it?
Oh, it's
it
awesome.
Nice. Like,
it's awesome.
That Tesla phone.
What do you expect from the guy that created the first electronic cars? You know how long everybody was Honda, all these different places were going to create an electric car. Never could do it. I mean, never. And these GM, Ford, all these places. Tesla had to do it first. Show everybody what it could be done, and now everybody's falling in line and doing these electric cars. Yeah. But that was a proof of concept. I mean, he showed everybody, hey, listen, it can be done, and this is what it takes. So
I definitely get the phone though.
You know, so yeah.
Still keep the Apple phone just in case, but if that phone comes out, I'm definitely getting that phone.
So you know, Tim Cook, who's the CEO, he wrote Tim Cook after he said, he was like, "Is this true?" and tagged Tim Cook. And Tim Cook, obviously they had a conversation, and Tim Cook had him come out to the Apple campus and showed him around and did all that stuff. They had a great conversation, Elon said, and they said they resolved the issue. And Tim Cook told Elon that, hey, we were never thinking about doing this. So that maybe it was a rumor just getting spread around. Maybe it was true, and then when they see what was going to happen, they were like, oh, we don't want to start no more problems. You know, I mean, I wouldn't want to start no more problems, especially if I was Apple. You're on top of the world. You have, you know, one of the best companies in the world. You're making tons of money, and at that point, why create issues for yourself? So I think it's better that you have more allies than enemies if you can do that.
Yeah.
All right. This Saturday, Dona Crowley and Titan Medical Center present the 12th annual Cars and Couture Collectors Gala at the East Lake Woodlands Country Club, the Enchanted Woodlands. At that point, if you guys are in the area, we will be there presenting fashion show, Titan Medical Center in general. We'll have our booth there, tons of giveaways, awesome exotic cars, craft cocktails, and just a whole bunch of cool and beautiful people all the way around. It's always a great event, man. We're really proud and honored to be a part of this event every single year. Yeah. Big shout out to Dona and the Lux Fashion Group and everybody who helped putting this on.
Yeah, Dona always does a great job.
Yes.
Every year it's always better too. A lot of places, a lot of events and stuff. You'll see them one year, the next year they're kind of the same, or some even fall off.
Yep.
I noticed one thing with Dona Crowley events are like better and bigger every year. Yeah. Better run, like, you know, every year you find different ways, better ways to do it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's going to be a good show. I can't believe it's been a year already.
Yeah. Hey, the Real Hokey Pride, I'd like to get a testimonial from you, man. I would definitely like to get one because you did come back from COVID, turned to Titan Medical Center, and I think we're getting you back on track there. And maybe I could do something for you for that. I appreciate it.
Is that the guy that asked a question earlier that said he's been off for a while and he was with Titan?
No, that's another guy. That's on TikTok.
The guy on TikTok that says you haven't been with Titan for a while. If you're still watching, how long has it been since you've been with Titan? And if you decide to come back, which is great, we want to have you come back. Ask about our new stuff too, because a lot of times if people have been using us 5-6 years ago, they try to come back. They don't even realize that we have a lot more stuff, better therapies, better for what you need. So when you come back, don't just say, oh yeah, I was doing this and this before, I want to start it again. Ask a medical provider, because we have a lot of good stuff that's come out every year.
Showing that, as Christian said, Ron Previtt was a former mob affiliate informant who the FBI paid $1 million to in the 90s and sort of kind of let him run an illegal book out of for his cover. He ratted and never did time. So that's a common thing. $1 million. That's a common thing. So usually they let these guys out. They let them continually doing business, whether we're a drug dealer or whatever it is. And at that point, they still make money. They're still doing their thing, but they're informing on everybody around them. And that's how things happen. Running coast to coast. Unfortunately, my wife is in and out as I'm on the road. I may have missed it, but I have a torn rotator cuff, and we decided to be conservative, doing PT and having a high-protein diet and adding collagen. So I would look at BBC 157 and TB 500. It's going to definitely help out with a torn rotator cuff, whatever injury is going on with you guys. Yeah, Liver King will definitely keep going. He did fess up. He did say he was doing it, but listen, he's already got all these followers. You're going to have people that might drop off, but it's going to be very small.
He's going to get a lot of attention, though.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of attention. Surprised that Michael Heron has never been caught. He's not natty at 250. All right, so Michael Heron, yes. and he's a Titan too.
Yeah, he's
right?
the original Titan. Like, Titan
you know, so he always comes to be natty at 250, shredded 51. Dude looks phenomenal. I mean, he does. Mike looks good. Is he on stuff? Come on.
The most impressive thing to me with Mike, I mean, obviously his body looks crazy.
He's never been injured.
But there's other 50-year-olds who look like that. He's never been injured, and he is ridiculously strong.
He is. Yeah.
I mean, like military press behind the neck, 405. Yeah. He's inclining 550, and he doesn't need any warm-up.
Nope.
He's the only person I've seen that can walk into a gym with no wrist wraps or nothing, walk over cold and put 500 on the bench, pull it down, perfect form, and put it back up. And he's not sore. He's not bouncing. Like,
he's
like
struggling.
A robot.
Dude, he's
like literally. I've never seen it. It's like a robot. Like,
he is insane. So I give a big give a shout out to Michael Heron. Even if he's taking stuff, he's 51 years old. Leave the guy alone. He's not messing with you guys. And he claims to be natty. Listen, I don't know how many people claim to be natty. And the reason a lot of these people claim to be natty is because they don't want to get the blowback from people that have never taken steroids before. Because steroids is that's the bad word, right? And that's something that's going to hurt. That's not true. We all have steroids in our body. Anabolic steroids, if you want to be specific. Because we all have testosterone. That's an anabolic steroid. I have to, it's funny because my kid's like, his friend's like, do you sell steroids? Like, yes, I do. I mean, because it's true. I mean, and I break it down for him. I try to educate him and tell him, like, listen, this is a bad name because people have a stereotype for this, but medically this is used and this is what's in our body. So, BB Pro Neil, what's going on, bro? How's all? I hope all is well. Heidi in the house. I heard he was on time. All right. Do we got any more on here? God, we have so much. What's up, Shad? How you doing? Musk and Joe Rogan interviews. Yeah, that was a good one for sure.
Yeah, Joe's been saying this since the beginning.
You got to come out and check out the Titan Hellcat. That thing is ridiculous. Lifted with TM.
The real Hokey Pride, Lifer with Titan Medical, he said.
Lifer, I love it. Holden Outlaw, what's going on, brother? E.T. Tattooer, Jay, what's going on? How you doing? All right, so last up, 2022 Titan events.
12 days, 21 hours, 55 minutes, and 30 seconds.
We'll be in Nevada, Las Vegas for Olympia. It's been crazy the last couple weeks. Me, Art, and some of the staff here have been getting ready for Olympia as far as all the bags, all the shirts, all the giveaways, all the hanging stuff, all this. We got to get ready to ship it next week. And it's going to be a crazy, crazy ordeal. Yeah. It's going to be a great time, hopefully. Hopefully, we're going to get to see tons of people out there. Please come up and take pictures with us. Get a free shirt, tank top, whatever it is. If you got any questions about anything and you're going to be out there, come up to us direct. We want to talk to you guys live and on the scene. And maybe we might even do an interview with you guys if you guys are up to it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going to be interviewing. We're going to be going live a ton. So if you guys aren't coming, don't worry. We're going to fill you with everything that's going on out there. You guys are going to love it, I promise.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And we love chicken and steak. So if you guys want to come by the booth, if you want to hook me and John up.
Yeah.
Some chicken and steak.
Yes.
Accepting all orders of chicken and steak.
All right. So that's it, guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in for another Titan Lifestyle with me and Big Dru. We're here every Friday, 2 p.m. We love you. We'll see you next Friday.
Next Friday, 2 p.m. Make sure you guys hit the bell on YouTube so you can be notified of videos like this. Check out the podcast, like I said before. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and the new Instagram 2.0, Titan Medical 2.0. I'll see you guys next week. For John, Big Dru, Titan Medical, we're out.
Victoria, you just got your blood work done? Awesome. Come in. When you do come in, I'm going to give you some free clothing. All right? I'll hook you up.
Bombshell.
Yes, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Chicken and steak, baby. That's right. All day.